Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. Either way, I'm so excited that you decided to watch this video. Today's video has a little something for everyone. We are going to be cleaning, decluttering, and organizing my laundry room. Then I'm going to be sharing a really easy and delicious Instant Pot recipe with y'all. And then after that, I'm finally going to be sharing my Q&A with you guys that I've been promising for so long. I asked you guys some questions on Instagram and here on YouTube, and I'm finally answering those for y'all. So I hope that you enjoy today's video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. So as you can see, I have a lot of cabinets in here that are really cluttered with no organization whatsoever. But before I take care of those, I'm going to take care of some laundry that I had here out on the counter. And a huge tip that I have for you guys with your laundry is to keep spare hangers in your laundry room at all times. I had ran out, so as you can see here, I'm stocking back up. We all four have different hangers in our closets, so I just keep a little section of hangers from each of our closets in here. And that way, it's so easy to hang things up right as I pull it out of the dryer. If I ever run out of hangers and I don't have any in here, I'm really bad about just laying the clothes out on the counter and saying I'll hang them up later. I never get around to it, and when I finally do try to do it, they're all wrinkled and I have to throw them back in the dryer and get the wrinkles out again. So this way, it's just really easy to hang the clothes up as soon as I get them out of the dryer. Even if I don't put them away in the closet right away, they're hanging up here and they're ready to go and they're not wrinkled. Now that I've taken care of the laundry that was on the counter, I'm going to fold and hang up the laundry that was going in the dryer because I have towels that need to be moved over, and then we're going to clean my washing machine. The laundry basket behind me is where I keep all of my mix match socks. It does not matter how hard I try, but every single time I do a load of laundry, I have multiple socks that I cannot find the match to, and it drives me crazy. I put them in that laundry hamper and hope that within time, as I'm doing more laundry, I'll come across their match. And sometimes I do, but a lot of times I end up having to toss the socks because I never find the match. It is the craziest thing, but it does not help that my kids take off one sock on one side of the house and the other one outside or wherever. But let me know in the comments if you guys have this same problem too. There are a lot of different ways that you can clean your washing machine, but the way that I usually do it is using these Fresh tablets. I have no idea if I pronounced that correctly, by the way, but they're so easy to use. You just open up the tablet and put it directly in the drum of your washer. Then you turn your washer on the clean setting, and if your washer doesn't have a cleaning setting, all you have to do is turn it on the hottest water on the longest amount of time, and your washer will be so clean and smell so fresh whenever the cycle is complete. Now for the cabinets, we're going to start with this one where I keep most of my cleaning products. As you can see, I just kind of had everything crammed in here. Nothing was organized at all, and it made it really hard to find what I was looking for whenever I needed stuff out of this cabinet. So the easiest way I know to explain to do something when you're organizing is just take everything out of the space that you want to organize. So I'm pulling every single thing out of here. That makes it easy to see exactly what you have and decide what you want to keep and what you want to get rid of or what you'll never use. And it also clears out the space so that you can wipe everything down really good before you put all of this stuff back in it.
Like a Friday night on the weekend, I feel blessed and free. I just don't want this moment to end. But now you say you gotta go. Baby, why you gotta go? Like the way you reflect me. I just don't want this. I just don't want this moment to end. Don't wanna know. Baby, why you gotta go?
This is everything that I pulled out of that one cabinet, which is so crazy because I had no idea all of this stuff was in there. Most of it was just shoved to the back so I couldn't even see it. But I have these little plastic bins from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to start reorganizing things into groups. Here I'm putting all of my Jaws cleaners in one, and then I'm going to reorganize my Jaws refill pods. But I'm just kind of categorizing things in a way that makes sense to me.
Make me believe it. Don't wanna hear it. I wanna see it. See how. Rewind. When we rewind, feels so nice. We time. You, I know.
Now, if you've watched my channel for a while, you've probably heard me talk about this stuff a million times, but if you're new, the laundry detergent that I just put in the back of the cabinet there, that is the Tyler Candle Company Glamorous Wash in the Diva scent, and it is the most amazing laundry detergent that you will ever smell. I promise you. I have used it for so long, and I just pour it in an old Mrs. Meyer's dish soap bottle and leave it out on my counter. That way I can just add a little bit of it to my regular laundry detergent each time I do a new load. But I'm telling y'all, it is the best smelling stuff ever. I know a lot of people that love to use it on their bedding and their linens because it makes your house smell so good, but I honestly use it on everything. I even use their wax melts and air freshener and stuff in our house because it is just such an amazing smell. But I'll have it linked below for y'all if any of you want to try it out. I've never had a single person tell me that they didn't love it. I get messages from you guys all the time telling me how obsessed you are with it, and it is just so good. You can even buy the little mini size on Amazon so that you can try it out, but trust me, you're going to want the big bottle.
All the days, sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. We've been dancing all night long. Right here with you way too long. Don't want nothing here or now. But I'm done waiting, done wasting my time. Let the sweet talk. I'm already on my way. I'm pulling up, don't be late. I'm cutting through all the lanes. Sweet talk. You need to say less to me. No need for no flowers, babe. I'm already on my way, on my way. Sweet talk, sweet A million people in the crowd, but I only see your face in all the lights. And as the bass keep pounding on me, baby, I really wanna make you mine. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever afters. Something about you gives me hope. Something about you, yeah. When the sun goes down and the night sky's falling, do you believe in one-time lovers? 'Cause deep inside of my wildest dreams, you'll be by my side. When the sun goes
This cabinet had so many random things in it. If you're wondering about those Powerade bottles, that is actually touch-up paint to our cabinets. The cabinet guy just poured it into those bottles for us to keep, so that's definitely something that I want to hold on to because I'm sure I'm going to need it over time. This cabinet is not going to have any type of specific category, but I'm just putting all of the things into this bin and putting it back in there, so this cabinet can just be our cabinet for miscellaneous items.
home. Something about you, yeah. When the sun goes down and the night sky's falling, do you believe in one-time lovers? 'Cause deep inside of my wildest dreams, you'll be by.
In this cabinet, I'm just going to have our washing machine cleaner and then a bin with our Swiffer pads and extra sponges. In this cabinet, I'm just adding this little clear bin from the Dollar Tree. I think it's actually made to hold canned drinks, but I'm just using it to hold all of my little attachments to my vacuum and steam cleaner. And overall, it just makes this space look so much neater. There wasn't really anything to do to this cabinet because it's just where we keep our extra sheets, but in this one is where we keep our beach towels, and they had just gotten a little messy from pulling them in and out, so I'm just going to refold them. You probably noticed that it's dark outside now, and that's because I had to take a little break. Mason had basketball practice and Gaines had t-ball practice, but I'm back home now. The washer is finished and all clean, so now I'm going to wipe off the countertops, and I'm using the Caldrea countertop spray and the rosewater driftwood scent. It's one of my favorites. It makes the entire room smell so good. I'm going to use the Mrs. Meyer's multi-surface cleaner to wipe down the washer and dryer, and surprisingly I get a lot of messages asking for the link to my washer and dryer, so I'm going to have them linked below for any of you who are interested in checking it out or are in the market for a new washer and dryer. I really love them so far. We've lived here about 7 months, so I haven't had them a super long time, but I'm very happy with them so far. Now I'm going to give our cabinets a really quick wipe down. They didn't really have a ton of stuff on them. They were mainly just really dusty from all the lint and everything in here.
Emotions, could I taste them for real? Longing for you, oh, but I can't get back. What can I do when your train is gone? I don't wanna go back.
So for those of you who are new, because I didn't show it in this video, these cabinets that I'm wiping down right now are actually pull-out laundry hampers, which I highly recommend. They are just so great for hiding all of your dirty laundry and making your space look so much neater. I actually talked about this some in the Q&A of this video, but Johnny does tree work, and I feel like we always have sawdust in our laundry room floor. We also had a lot of lint and fuzz around here, so I'm going to vacuum in between and around the washer and dryer, and then we'll vacuum the rest of the floor so that we can steam mop. clean the sink, I'm going to use the Mrs. Meyer's Baking Soda Cream Cleaner. I love to use this in my stainless steel sinks. It does a really good job at shining everything up, and it also smells really good too. I'm obsessed with having this sink in here because it's perfect for soaking my kids' baseball clothes and things like that. But the real game changer is the pull down faucet. It works so good at getting stains out of clothes, and it also makes it really easy to clean the sink in here as well. Now it's time to give these floors a deep cleaning with my steam mop. This steam mop my mom actually gave me a few months ago because she had had it for a while and never used it, but I have been obsessed with using it on all of our tile floor. It cleans everything so well, and I'll have it linked below for y'all. It's also a really affordable option, but I just add water into this and that's all you have to do. Every now and then I'll add a few drops of essential oil to the bottom of the pad if I really want it to smell good, but this room was already smelling amazing between the washing machine cleaner and wiping down the countertops and cleaning out the sink, so I just used straight water this night. It felt so good to have everything so clean in here and to know that everything behind all of these cabinets was super organized. Now, I cannot guarantee how long it will stay perfectly clean like this, but it will be so much easier to maintain with everything being organized the way that it is. Today I'm going to be sharing with y'all how we make our Instant Pot roast. It is super simple and always turns out so good. You're just going to need one chuck roast and then a au jus gravy packet, a ranch seasoning packet, some peppers, some garlic salt, and an onion. First, you're going to dice up your onion. Once you have your onion diced up, you're going to add it to the Instant Pot and turn it on the saute setting, and then you're just going to saute those for a few minutes until they start to turn translucent. Next, you're going to add your roast in, and then you're going to pour on your ranch packet and your au jus gravy packet. We eat garlic salt on pretty much everything, and we love to add it to this roast as well. Then you're going to add about 5 or 6 peppers, just toss them in there, and we also like to add a little splash of the pepper juice. Now you're ready to put the top on your Instant Pot. Make sure it's turned to sealed and cook for an hour and a half. If you have a smaller roast, it would take less time, but we love to shred this up once it's done, and we'll eat it on little rolls as a sandwich, or even do it on mashed potatoes or fries, but it is so good. Okay, y'all, so I'm finally sitting down to film this Q&A that I've been promising y'all for so long. I'm so sorry that it took me so long to film it. I had full intentions of filming this a really long time ago, but I was kind of torn on whether I should put it up on this channel or create a new channel for these type videos, but obviously I decided to include it at the end of this cleaning video, and that way if you're only here for cleaning, you can click off now and I'll see you in the next cleaning video. And if you are interested in learning a little bit more about me or my family, hopefully you'll enjoy this part of the video. So I asked y'all on Instagram and on YouTube to leave me some questions that you wanted me to answer for y'all, and I took a screenshot of all of them, so I have them on my phone and I'm just going to answer them at random order. A lot of them are kind of repeat questions, and then I would say the most asked question is definitely what Johnny does for a living, so I'll go ahead and answer that now. Johnny works for my dad's tree service. My dad has owned a tree service since I was about 6 months old, I guess. He's done that my whole life, and Johnny has worked with him for about 10 years now, which is so crazy to think about. He loves heights, so climbing trees and going up in the bucket and stuff like that is honestly perfect for him, and he's really good at it, so he enjoys it just as much as my dad always has. Okay, so the next question says, hi Melina, where in the States do you live and how old are you and your husband? So we live in Alabama. This is where we both always lived, and I am 29 years old. I will be 30 in June of this year, which is so crazy. And Johnny will actually be 31 in April, so we are definitely getting old. Next question is, have you always been a stay-at-home mom? If not, what did you do before becoming a stay-at-home mom? So I actually went to college to be a dental assistant. That's what I got my degree in. I only worked as a dental assistant for about 3 or 4 months before I found out I was pregnant with Mason, and I decided to stay home with him. I have gone back to work a couple of times since Mason was born. Whenever he was 2, I was a receptionist for an orthopedic surgeon here in town, and I worked there for about a year. Then when he was about 4 years old, I worked at a local bank here, and that didn't last very long either because then I had gains, so I decided to stay home with him. We have tried it. Working works out great for some moms, and staying home works out great for some. Staying home is definitely the better option for our family. It was just so hard with kids trying to constantly find somebody to take them to school, pick them up from school, take them to practices. When we weighed out our options and income and the financial amount that we were paying for daycare, it just made more sense for me to stay home. So I love being a stay-at-home mom. I know it's not for everybody, and it's definitely hard at times, but I love being home with my kids and being the one to take care of them. Another really popular question was asking if we're gonna have any more kids. So we are not gonna have any more kids. Johnny actually had surgery to fix that a couple of years ago. Another question that was common was, would we consider adoption? And adoption is something that has always been very strong on my heart. However, it is not strong on my husband's heart, and that would definitely be a situation where we would both have to be, 100% on the same page and want to do something like that. If my husband ever changes his mind, or we're ever presented with a situation where we both would like to adopt, I would 100% do it, but at this moment we have no plans to adopt, and we will not be having any more kids. Another question someone asked is if I'm an only child, and I'm not. I have one sister who is 5 years younger than me. Next question is, how long have you and your husband been married, and how did y'all meet? This is always a really funny story to tell, but Johnny and I actually met on the beach in Panama City on a spring break trip. We actually went to the same college for a year. He played baseball there for 2 years, and I cheered there for a year. So for an entire year, we literally lived like a mile down the road from each other, but we didn't meet each other until we actually met through mutual friends on a spring break trip. It's just a really funny story because I was never one to go on like a spring break trip or anything like that, and my parents kind of like forced me into going with some friends. There was like 15 of us girls that went together, and it's just so funny to think that had I not gone on that trip that I didn't even want to go on to begin with, I would have never met my husband. But that goes to show God definitely leads you to your people in your life and where you're supposed to be, even if it is on a spring break trip on the beach. And we will have our 9-year anniversary in May of this year. Another marriage related question is, how do you keep your marriage strong? Thank you for welcoming us into your home. So first of all, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. This is honestly a dream come true for me, and the fact that so many of you show up to every single video, supporting my channel and loving my content just means the absolute world to me. As for how we keep our marriage strong, I think a huge factor in Johnny and I's relationship is that he is honestly my best friend. He is the person that I want to spend every second of every day with. I don't ever get tired of being around him, and I think that makes such a difference. We honestly we laugh, we cut up. I don't think that any marriage needs to be too serious. Everybody's gonna get tired of waking up and doing the same routine with the same serious face every single day. Life is meant to be fun, and just make sure that you're married to somebody who does that for you. I knew the second that I met Johnny that nobody had ever made me laugh the way that he does or ever treated me the way that he does, and I just think that if you're committing yourself fully to your spouse and they're committing themselves to you in return, it just makes for a good marriage. Next question, what kind of makeup do you wear and what's your motivation for housework? So as far as makeup goes, my foundation, I just wear a Cosmetics CC cream. I don't like to wear any kind of heavy or thick makeup that I can feel, and that stuff's really great. I've worn it for years. As for motivation for housework, I just love having a clean house. There's honestly no better feeling, but my house is not always clean. What you guys need to understand is that when you watch my videos, that is usually one day a week that I set aside to film for y'all. I don't spend all day, every day cleaning my house. We do try to pick up daily and maintain a decently clean house, but there are times that my house is trashed, and the only motivation I have to clean it up is to film a video for you guys. So while I do provide motivating content for y'all in return motivate me, so thank you. Someone else said, I never see toys all over your house. What is your secret? Are you very minimal with toys? So the reason that you don't see toys a lot in the main part of our house is because we have a playroom upstairs, and that's where we try our best to keep most of the toys. Gaines will bring things down from time to time, and that is perfectly fine. We just take them back upstairs whenever he's finished. But my oldest son, Mason, is almost 9 years old, so he doesn't really play with toys anymore. He's mainly into like video games and things like that. So it's really only Gaines playing with toys, and he mostly goes upstairs to play with them. Now the playroom is always a mess. We literally go up there like once a week and clean it up, and we don't worry about it until the next week when we clean it. But the key is to have a playroom if that's at all possible for you, because then you can just throw everything in there and nobody sees it. Next question is, did we design our house? So we bought a blueprint for our house, but we made a lot of changes to it. For example, our rec room, I know you guys have probably heard me say, was actually a 3-car garage, and we chose to make it finished living space and add a detached garage. We changed a lot of things on the front of the house. It called for like 3 different sets of front doors, and we changed doors to windows and things like that. But for the most part, we just bought a blueprint online and then made the changes that we wanted to. Next question is, how do you keep from getting burnout on cleaning? I think that we all get burnout on cleaning and housework in general at times, especially being a stay-at-home mom. It can get very, very repetitive. But I just honestly think that the aftermath of cleaning and everything being clean and organized and neat is what makes it worth it for me. Also making videos for you guys, I'm constantly trying to come up with new ways to clean things or ways to show me cleaning things to keep things fun for y'all. But me and my husband overall just really enjoy cleaning, which I know is an odd thing for a lot of you. A lot of you are like amazed at how much Johnny cleans. He is probably more clean than I am and a lot more OCD than I am, but between the two of us, we just try to clean as much as we can, and it just pays off having like a fresh, clean house. This person said, do you miss living across the street from your parents? No, because we actually still live right beside them. Our backyards meet up against each other, so we're still within walking distance to their house and see them pretty much every single day. Next question is, how did you get started on YouTube, and what was your motivation to continue with it? Love your videos. Thank you so much. So I would say how I got started, first of all, I watched cleaning videos for years before I started making them myself. I loved it. I felt like it was very easy to relate to a lot of the people filming videos. Being a stay-at-home mom is just different, you know? And like I said, I tried going back to work sometimes, and most of my friends worked. Honestly, I don't really have a single friend that is a stay-at-home mom. So in my everyday life, it was really hard to find somebody that I felt like I really related to. And whenever I found the cleaning videos and mom vlogs and stuff like that, I just felt like they were really relatable, and they did a lot of the same things that I did every single day. So I watched them for years and wanted to make them, but I was honestly too embarrassed and worried about what other people would think about it or what they would say about me if I made them. And finally, a couple of years ago, I just decided, you know what, I think this could be really great, and I decided to do it, and I have not regretted it once since. This mom said, hi, I love your channel. My question is, how do you stay fit while at home? I'm a stay-at-home mom now, and I'm always tempted to eat when I'm at home. So first of all, I'm not fit in any way. I have always been built more petite and been like a smaller person. However, I'm not in shape at all. I actually eat really, really bad, and I have not exercised since Mason was born, and he's about to be 9 years old. But that is all about to change. Our Peloton is actually going to be delivered in 2 days. So I'm really excited to hopefully develop some type of exercise and routine with that. Johnny is very active and he does a very hard labor job, so he gets exercise every single day, but if I'm not cleaning or chasing my kids, I don't get any, so I'm super excited to get better about exercising. Next question is, how long does it take to clean your entire house, and do you do it every day or do you just wait and make a full day out of it? So I don't know how long it would take me to clean the entire house. At our old house, it was much smaller, and I used to clean that all in one day, and it would only take me a few hours, but this house is much bigger than our last house, and I honestly have not cleaned it all in one day. I definitely just work on sections as I can. I feel like that's the easiest way to maintain a house. It's not very often that you're gonna have an entire day to get everything done, so I just try to work in sections as I can and maintain it the best that I can. Next question is, how do you film your different shots and make them make sense for the video? So this is kind of funny because right after I started YouTube, I actually had a friend ask me who comes to my house to film me cleaning my videos, and I was like, nobody, my tripod does it. So what I do is, if you guys see me washing dishes, for example, I'll set my tripod up and I'll go to washing dishes. Well, then when I get ready for a close-up shot, I'll have to stop washing dishes, dry my hands, go get my camera, set it up for the close-up angle, go back to washing dishes, and then when I'm ready to zoom back out, I have to stop, reset up my camera and everything again. That's why I think people don't understand the amount of work that goes into cleaning videos in general. Cleaning takes a while anyway, but it probably adds several extra hours having to film it. And so it usually ends up taking me a whole day or sometimes even 2 days to film a video. And then it takes me 8 to 10 hours to edit it. And then another hour to get it uploaded, another hour to add all of the tags and the thumbnail and the description box and all that. So these are not easy videos to make. So that's why whenever you guys truly appreciate them and support my channel, it means the world to me. Next question is kind of funny. I wish Johnny was here to answer this one. So it says, I know Johnny and your boys are athletic. Were you athletic in school or college? Johnny would be laughing really hard right now. So Johnny is extremely athletic. He played college baseball and is still very athletic for his age. I say that like he's super old, but he can still do pretty much everything that he could back in the day, and he's really good at it. Mason is extremely athletic. He plays football and baseball and is really good at both of those, and he actually just picked up basketball this year, and it's pretty crazy. At the beginning of the season, he had never even dribbled a basketball really before, and by the end of the season, he is doing so good. He has came such a long way and really developed a love for it. So he really enjoys and is really good at sports. And gains, it's hard to say because he's still so little. He's about to turn 4, but he's actually signed up and started t-ball this week. And we've been practicing with him, and he's catching on to it really quickly too. So I think he's probably going to be pretty athletic. As for me, I'm not a super athletic person. I wouldn't say I'm definitely the most athletic person in my family because I didn't really come from a sports related family. I did somehow manage to cheer in college, which I think takes a good bit of athletic ability, but I would definitely not say I'm an extreme athlete. I never played basketball or softball or anything like that. This person asked, what are your favorite tips for cleaning and organizing? For cleaning, I would definitely say, like I said earlier, just cleaning as you get time to do it makes a really big difference. If you keep putting everything off until you get time to do it all, you're probably never going to have time to do it all. So just cleaning here and there, whether it's 10 minutes a day or 30 minutes a day, just getting things done as you have time will make a big difference in the overall maintaining of your house. And as for organizing, I think the biggest tip I have is make sure that every single thing has a place in your home. Making sure that every single item in your home has an exact place to go makes a huge difference, because every time that item is taken out of its place, you know exactly where to put it up instead of shoving it all into one random space. Next question is, what type of flooring do you have and what gives you the most joy in life? So our floor is LVP flooring. It is by Vestura in the color Iris, and we purchased it from Build Direct. And as far as what brings me the most joy in life, I would definitely, hands down, have to say my family. There is just such a blessing in having a family and the love that surrounds you every single day. Being a mom has always been my biggest dream, and I get to live that out every single day with two wild, rowdy little boys that I love so much. And I have a husband that's my best friend, and I have a good relationship with my parents and my extended family, and I just feel really blessed, and they're definitely my biggest blessing. This person said, sometimes I struggle to be focused. How do you focus and get things done in your house? So I actually struggle with this really bad too. I will start a task and then I get so distracted by something else that like an hour will go by and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I never finished doing whatever I was doing. But my main tip would be to put your phone down and far away. If you're like me, I'm really bad about picking up my phone and then I'll get lost in scrolling Instagram or texting a friend back, and then I completely forget what I was doing. So I like to just put my phone down. If anything, I'll put my AirPods in and listen to like some music or a podcast or something like that. But just trying to stay zoned in on finishing one task at a time really makes a big difference for me, because that way I'm not starting a million things all over the house and not getting any of them finished. The last question that I have time to answer today is, what is your all-time favorite cleaning product? This is super, super hard, y'all. If you know me, you know I get so excited about new cleaning products and I love trying out new products. It's just something that I have enjoyed doing for years. But if I had to just choose one, I would probably have to say the Method wood floor cleaner, I think is what it's called. I show it to y'all in pretty much every single video, and it just makes your house smell so good. I use the same scent of their wood cleaner on my kitchen table, and that is just the best smelling cleaning product that I have ever smelled. It's an almond scent, but it's also like a really fresh, clean scent too. I don't know how to explain it, but order it off of Grove or go to Target and pick it up. It's the Method wood cleaner. It smells so good. That is all the questions that I'm gonna answer today. I'm sorry that I don't have time to do more, but I've actually gotta get going right now to pick up Mason from school. We've got a well checkup at the doctor, a hitting lesson, and baseball practice tonight. So we have a busy afternoon ahead of us. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed the cleaning part and the Q&A. If y'all did like the Q&A, let me know in the comments below, and maybe I could do a part 2 and answer some more questions that you guys asked. But I will see you all in the next one. You're doing such a good job. Thank you for helping, Mama. Good job, gang.